What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ryan, and this is the biggest nootropics channel on the web. Thanks so much for being with me. Check us out on the web at livecortex.com/blog, because if you go to the footer, you can search for any nootropic compound on, there is, and you can render then blog posts that are our YouTube videos on that matter. There's probably like 30 videos per nootropic. Think about it. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/cortexstacks. Couple products support this broadcast. Here they are.
Elite level nootropic products.
All right, number one, we have a nootropic stack. It is called Cortex. Been in the market for about 3 years. Used by business people, executives, entrepreneurs, people that want to focus, people that want motivation, people that want verbal fluency. Excuse me, people that just want their brains to be on point. It lights you up. Buy a bottle of the Cortex nootropic stack right now for 28 bucks using the coupon code 5, F-I-V-E, at livecortex.com. If you need my help personally in anything related to nootropics, we have two consulting services. One's is just a 40-minute call with me to help you figure out stacks that work for you. Get that at livecortex.com. The other is a longer term, it's a 6-month consult. It's a $5,000 package. That's for like maybe 0.1% of you. It's for executives, business people, folks that really need performance or maybe have some fatigue that need to be cleared up. If you're new to nootropics, buy Smarter, Better, Faster. That's a book that teaches you everything. It's digital. Or the Nootropic Starter Pack, which gets you Smarter, Better, Faster, plus a bottle of our stack. Cortex in a package deal. Get all that stuff at livecortex.com. All right, so oftentimes, I was trying to think about, what would be a great video to do today? And I think about a lot of the questions that people ask me. What is the most valuable question that people ask? What's the question people ask a lot? And a lot of the time, people are asking me, why is it that you seem to have energy all the time? Why are you energized all of the time? Is it just nootropics? Is it other stuff? I want to try to be like you because I have energy dips. And I just want to say, first of all, you don't see my whole day. You might see me filming videos in the morning. But, the myth is really not a myth. I do have energy all day, whether I sleep 10 hours, which I did last night, so I feel like super awesome, or I sleep 4, which I did the night before, and I worked all day yesterday and felt awesome. I never have energy dips. I never have fatigue. I never feel like crap. I never have post-meal fatigue. I always just feel really good, and my brain always works good, and here's why. The first thing I would implore people to look at is stopping doing things that you're doing that you think are healthy, okay? That's number one. And it's something that people overlook because they think that what they're doing is healthy, so obviously they're not gonna look at that as what's causing their energy dips or fatigue. Here's a great example. When I was waking up and I was doing 5 to 7 mile runs and then coming back to my apartment and lifting weights and then eating a giant meal, no matter how many nootropics I took, I could not get myself to pass over this fatigue that would come an hour and a half after all that was over and I was working. First hour and a half I'd be fine, cranking out work, and then a fatigue would set in. And there was nothing I could do, even nootropic wise, to fix that. And I struggled with that for a while, trying to figure it out. I'm doing everything right. I'm getting up, I'm doing a good workout, and I'm eating good food, replenishing macronutrients. Why do I still feel this fatigue? Is it a blood sugar thing? Is it something else? And what I came to learn after exhausting basically everything else, the one thing that was right in front of me was to stop doing what I was doing. I was working out too hard. I was running too many miles. I was lifting too much. And then what happened is I had to eat to compensate for the macronutrient depletion. And then as a result, I was having blood sugar spikes and drops. And generally, it just sort of sent my body in this cascade of homeostatic regulation, which then gave me fatigue for a while. And then I'd have to maybe lay down for a little bit or just kind of chill out or meditate and rest. And then it would all come back because my body needed the rest. You think your exercise routine is healthy, and sometimes it isn't. You have to kind of think about, not that I'm into paleo or anything, or not that I think it's terrible. I think meat is good and vegetables are good, but carbs are definitely good. And legumes, or whatever, grains, if there's stuff that messes with your gut, it's not the thing, it's your gut. Fix your gut, you'll fix it. I had so many food sensitivities at one point, I thought it was all the food. I was one of those guys. No, grains are bad, this is bad, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Meanwhile, other people can eat it and they're fine. Why? It was my gut, I fixed it and I was fine. So that's my beef with paleo. But if you think about the Paleolithic time, or kind of, I don't know, whatever, us back in the day, we weren't lifting heavy weights running 10 miles or 5 miles. We weren't doing that. We're built for high intensity interval training. Fast bursts of running and then rest, and then otherwise exercise, maybe building a teepee, okay? But largely walking around, hunting and gathering. You have to think about what we're built for. you could still achieve a pretty good looking body. Like I'm like lean and toned and muscular and I feel good. I'm not lifting like insanely heavy weights and running 10 miles a day, I can tell you that much. And my energy is incredible because of it. Okay, so I had to lower my workouts and therefore not eat as much afterwards and send my body into this frenzy, and it worked. That's one of the reasons I have energy all the time. I don't sleep particularly well. I sleep 6 hours average a night, but it's good sleep. But I don't sleep particularly long, is what I wanted to say. And I still feel basically awesome. The other thing that you have to look at, that most people are looking at nootropics to use as a band-aid for or to fix, is what problems do you have that are subclinical? I have gone to get a CBC, a complete blood count, just a blood test, vitamin D, B vitamins, blood sugar, thyroid hormones. Everything was fine. But there was a point at which I was running into a fatigue syndrome, which was not like acute, but it was like 6 hours a day I was running into this crazy fatigue issue. And what I didn't recognize is that, so what I basically had to do is do my own research and figure it out. Adrenal fatigue, okay? People believe it's not a real thing. And it's probably not a diagnosable thing. But fatigue from adrenal hormones not functioning correctly is a real thing. And so here's what I figured out. I went back to the doc and tested for an adrenal hormone called aldosterone. It was tanked, super low, way below the threshold. So I started taking a supplement called adrenal cortex, which is essentially bovine or pig adrenal cortex, to start rebuilding my adrenal cortex to secrete the hormones necessary from the adrenal glands, particularly aldosterone. If that is not in balance, aldosterone is mainly just a signaling chemical that tells your kidneys how much salt to retain when you pee. And if it's not there at adequate levels, you'll pee out more salt than you should and you're going to feel fatigued. I'm convinced that that's at the root of a lot of fatigue syndromes, if it's not mercury poisoning or Epstein-Barr virus or something of this nature. Took a couple months, fixed it, good to go. My routine is, I wake up and maybe run 1.5 miles, do a little bit of weights, and then I'll eat a little meal. If I don't do that, I won't do any workout in the morning, and I'll fast till about 1, and then eat kind of a medium meal, fast till dinner, and then eat a steak and some rice and some vegetables. And maybe like a half a bottle of wine throughout the night. That's my routine, and I feel awesome all the time. Now, of course, I bring nootropics into the mix when I'm sitting down to work. I might take modafinil or the Cortex stack or L-cartheocrine, any of the combinations we normally talk about. But generally, even if I didn't, I would be just as energized as I am, just maybe not as verbally fluent and not as processing capacity enhanced, because I'm doing all these other things right. So if you want to know the question to why I have energy all the time, and if you want to be like me, you have to look at what you're doing and realize some of it might not be good. Are you over exercising? Because it's simple. If you are, you need to stop. You need to stop. Your body's not built for that. You can look good, feel great, be healthy, have clean arteries, have good blood circulation, have good microcirculation, all that stuff by doing 1 mile or 2 a day, and then taking a half hour and lifting some heavy weights, but just not going crazy about it. I had to cut my workouts down to save my life. It totally made me awesome, and I have no energy dips. Are you eating too much at a time? In Japan they have this rule that's like, eat till you're 80% full and then stop. It's a rule, and I do that these days. And I gotta tell you, man, that helps me feel awesome too, because it's an even distribution of glucose throughout my system, and fatty acids, and I feel totally good. Are you on the ketogenic diet and you've read Volek and Finney, the Art and Science of Carbohydrate Living, and you actually think that applies to you? Look, if you switch to metabolic fueling via fatty acids, called fat adaptation, which is a real thing, yeah, it is a real thing, but guess then what? And many other scientists concur with this. Your capacity to then switch back to glucose is inhibited and impaired. And it's going to take a while for you to get back there. And generally, that's where you want to be. If you need to lose weight, download MyFitnessPal, track your calories, and lose weight. I get tired of this shit. Like when people are like, the ketogenic diet, it cures cancer, all this other stuff. Yeah, it might starve cancer cells because they feed glucose, right? The real question is, why do you have cancer? So anyway, all those things, you have to look at all those things. And once you optimize that stuff and you put your body in a place where it's the same routine, last point. A couple of guys I've been dealing with consulting, they're like, I switch my routine up every month. I change from 5 miles to 10 miles, and then I change my weightlifting routine. Well, guess what? That whole next 2 weeks is an adjustment period in which you're going to feel fatigued, and maybe even after that, because your body's not used to it. My body is largely the same routine every day. That's the topper, icing on the cake. That is why I feel good all the time. And that's why I have energy all the time. And that's why I'm an Energizer bunny. And that's why I'm like rocking. I'm not that charismatic. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not that awesome. I just feel good all the time. And if you felt good all the time, you'd probably be like me. Maybe annoying to some people, but probably cool to a lot of other people, okay? So I hope that makes sense. And once you get to that point, then bring nootropics in. That's the best way to use them. We have a bunch of consults on this. We have the Nootropics consults. So if you need my help personally, get that. But we have custom consults. We've got gut consults. We have energy optimization consults. Email me at ryan@livecortex.com or give us a buzz. We have a number now. Give us a call on this number if you want to talk about that. We've got packages ranging from $79 to $5,000. We could do a $1,000 package, do a $2,000 package, $800 package, $500 package, whatever you want for whatever you want. The Cortex stack right now, $28 if you use the coupon code 5, F-I-V-E at livecortex.com. Buy that now. Powerful stack, coupon code 5, $28 a bottle for Cortex. All of our other stuff you can get at livecortex.com, like our digital book, Smarter, Better, Faster, which teaches you everything and is downloadable on Nootropics, or the Nootropics Starter Pack, which is Smarter, Better, Faster, plus a bottle of Cortex in a package deal. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you next time.
My name is Ryan Michael Ballo. For 6 years, my sole mission has been to improve the performance of my brain. This is why I created Cortex. My mission was to build a nootropic stack that gave me extreme focus, powerful motivation, and a heightened cognitive state. And after years of experimentation and a comprehensive beta testing protocol, and putting together the most powerful nootropic compounds on the planet, I found what I was looking for.